What was it that attracted you to the Steelers, and why here?
That man standing right there. I think just the organization itself, known for winning, known for great defense, and it got a bunch of stars over here. So I just wanted to come be a part of that, come be that extra piece to trying to win again.
Be different or strange for you competing against
It's definitely
in the same division?
it's gonna be weird, but I mean, I want to be that villain. I want to be that guy. So I'm looking to do some stuff to them.
Could you have ever envisioned when you were drafted by the Ravens that you'd end up a Steeler? I know Mike T had told you that you weren't a Raven yet until you beat the Steelers. Is that a hint maybe that you were actually a Steeler the whole time?
I think that was a hint, even though I wanted to come fight him right then and there. I definitely think that was a hint at the time, and kind of deep down, you kind of get like a little feeling, like a little hunch or something. But I just at the time, no, you never think about switching to the biggest rival in your division. So I think just now, being here, it's going to be the same way, vice versa now. So I'm just ready to get to work, get to learn the guys, get to learn this organization, get this team, the city, and just do everything I can to help win.
What about this defense and the system they've used makes you feel like it's a good fit?
It's not that much stuff that they do. It's basically us going out there, playing fast, playing physical, playing confident, everybody on the same page. So I think when you got a defense on that kind of page right there, it tend to let the bullets fly the whole game, and for 60 minutes, that's kind of lethal to our offense. So that's what I can't wait to be a part of.
Patrick, what was the impact of Ron Smith getting there when he did?
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel that that stuff will be transferred?
For a reason, so.
Patrick, you said you didn't mind being the villain to this defense personality-wise, and where you think your game is at right now.
Yeah, I think you turn on the film, you see how I'm snarky. I'm always in somebody's face. I'm willing to go lay that hat down, be physical, fast, fierce. Just being aware of what's going on in the game, situations, plays that we need to look for. So.
Patrick, when we asked you why you're here, you pointed to Coach Tomlin. How did your relationship evolve from you saying you wanted to fight him to now wanting to fight him?
Things change, man. I can't hold no grudge. He's just everything you hear about him. He's a great person, great coach. Everybody loves him. Never heard one bad thing about him. So it kind of changed the perspective on people from me getting chewed out on the sideline by him to actually getting to talk to him now. So I definitely think that's the place to be.
How much of a relationship did you have during the pre-draft process? The year you were drafted with the Steelers,
Not that much, honestly. It was the COVID year and stuff. It wasn't that much that we could do. So I think it was a few teams here and there that I got to talk to. I don't think Pittsburgh was one. I don't think we talked that much, honestly.
What are your impressions of this defense that you're coming into with, established guys like Cam, TJ, and Minka already here?
Yeah, those guys are established. Like I said, they're greats. Just for me coming here, being that extra piece, like I said, just coming in, playing my game, doing what I do, trying to help them, to try to help us win. So whatever I need to do, help those guys line up, whatever it is, be aware of a situation, call, play, whatever it is. That's my job to come in here and help those guys.
Patrick, do you have a relationship with anybody on this defense or on this team before you got here?
No. On the team, Najee a little bit. That's probably really it, just from SEC ball and stuff. So, that's why I said I just can't wait to get to work with the guys because we got a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Did you get any blowback from your old teammates about coming to the Steelers?
A little bit. For the most part, it's really just the fans, honestly, which, I wouldn't expect anything less. But as far as players, it's all been good, joking vibes. Everybody's happy for me. Everybody's excited for the rivalry. So, being able to go across the field and stare each other down and play against each other, it's going to be fun. Like I said, it's just really the fans. Everybody that I talked to, coaches, organization, they were all happy for me.
You played with Deshaun for a couple of years. Can you tell us a little bit about his game and what he's going to bring to this defense?
Yeah, he's another dog, another guy that's fierce. Just love to go down and hit people, and then he could cover as well. So when you got a guy like that could do both, your defense can do more. And just having him, play with him for a few years and just knowing him, he's a guy that has his teammates back, and that's the type of guy that I want to play on side.
As much as you want to contribute, do you see yourself eventually growing into a leader on this defense, given your position?
Yeah, I think that should be day one. I don't think that's time to wait. I think that's day one when I step in that I got to be that guy. So that's why I came here, just to be that guy. So I think it's just going to be a natural fit. I don't think I got to force anything. I don't think I got to step out of my comfort zone or be anything else besides what I am now. And so I think that's just going to naturally flow.
Obviously been on the other side of this, but what excites you the most about getting to play in front of these fans and Steelers Nation?
Yeah, the fans coming in here, they were rowdy. So I got a few words that I don't like to say. So, just being on the good side of that this time and be able to play for them, put on for the city, put on for them, it's something that you can't beat. You grow up watching this team and how fierce they were, how they played the game, how the fans loved them and stuff. So I just can't wait to be a part of that.
Patrick, when you said villains, did you have any other previous villains from this rivalry in mind?
Nah, I don't. But I'm gonna be that guy. I hate that I gotta be that way, but it is what it is. And, I'm where I want to be. I'm where I'm happy at right now. I'm where I want it, and I just can't. Like I said, I can't wait to get started.
Have you been a villain at any other point in your career?
Nah, never. First time.
Patrick, did the Steelers bringing in Russell Wilson impact your decision at all?
Definitely does. When you got a guy like that who's known to win, and he probably got a little chip on his shoulder right now. My job is to come in, try to help him, get the ball back to him, get the ball back to the offense, let them do their thing. I think with Russ, if Russ plays like Russ, this team is scary.
You probably would have been in high school, I guess, at that point, but you remember Ryan Shazier at all? Do you have players
Yeah,
kind of
definitely
looking
do.
for the next guy to be that?
Yeah, definitely do. I remember him, super fast, would come down and hit something, so I definitely do remember him. And, I remember watching live when that stuff happened, and it sucked, and I'm glad he's better now and stuff. But my job is basically just to come fill those shoes.
Did you have a chance to meet Russ this morning? Kind of what are your impressions of just kind of getting to interact with him?
Yeah, I met him this morning. He's just a great guy, cool dude. He's Russ. He's the guy you expect. Came in, talked a little bit, talked about what we need to do, to lead this team to where we want to go to. And, I got all the faith in him in the world.
Saw you on social media clap back at somebody, a radio person in Baltimore. Is that something to you personal that you can, without Roquan, you can be the guy? Is that something you want to show?
Yeah, I think, that whole little situation is, he definitely helped. Definitely learned a lot from him. But at the same time, I got to go out on that field. I got to perform. I got to play. I got to tackle. I got to do these things. I got to catch the ball. So, when it comes to, he made me, I think I was already on my path that I'm on right now. It just took a little time, and I started hitting that stride the beginning of the third year. And once he got here, it just helped even more. So now it's my time to go out there and lead and bring somebody else up.
Is there anybody, you spent your time in Baltimore, now you're here, rivalry, but over your years of playing, did you build up not an animosity, but a real rival with somebody that's on this roster now that now you're going to be sharing the locker room with?
Look, Mr. Warren. Yeah, that guy. He's a hell of a running back, strong cat, short to the ground, low center of gravity. Yeah, I definitely hated playing against him. Personally hated him. But at the end of the day, it's all love. I do respect this game. I do respect him as a person. And honestly, I just can't wait to play with somebody that plays like that.
So are you looking forward then to a backs-on-backers drill up at St. Vincent going against him?
I definitely am. I'm going to get it understood beforehand. I'm going to need his head up and not launching into my chest. But no, but it's going to be fun. We're going to get each other better, and I can't wait.
Patrick, you were on a team that came really close to getting the Super Bowl last year. How much was that a factor in terms of making the decision on whatever your next step was going to be, and how close do you think this team is to getting to that step?
Yeah, it definitely plays a factor. Once you get a taste, you want that taste again, and you want more. And just being so close right there hurt so much, but obviously couldn't go back there. And, this was the perfect fit. I feel like this was my best shot at being able to win. Knowing the history, knowing the coach they got now, knowing the type of guys they got on this team, and the additions that they're going to make as well. So, like I said, this is a perfect fit for me, and I can't wait.
Anything else?
Do you have a number in mind yet?
It's kind of crazy, but they're gonna let me get the single digit 6. So you know, I'm truly thankful that they're gonna let me do that. And, you know, like I said, probably like my 30th time saying this, but I can't wait.
We good? All right.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.